Hello everybody! Welcome to ZeldaSpeedRuns, broadcasting the Link's Awakening DX 100% No Wrong Warp Out of Bounds tournament. We got the winners bracket round 1, Spiraster versus BambooShadow. Commentating for us we have Crivone and Phantom Matt. Say hello everybody!
Hello.
Hello.
So...
It's gonna be one of those days, huh, Crivone?
the days when me and Matt commentate together. So
No, it's not as bad as me and Crunchy. I'll tell you that much.
the last time we commentated together, you start speaking Hyrulean. So
Yep.
I don't have expectations.
No. You know who we do have expectations for, though?
BambooShadow.
Our two runners, BambooShadow and Spiraster.
I mean, well, okay, expectations for Bamboo. First try horse heads, first try Gumba Surf. Probably no other RNG in the run. He's gonna get 10 rupees before he leaves the beat.
I'm gonna be bold. I'm gonna be crazy. Spiraster's gonna PB and Bamboo's gonna get no luck.
Well, I mean, if you're saying that's what's gonna happen,
I'm pointing my finger out into the stands.
are you saying Spiraster's gonna win?
I'm saying Spiraster's gonna win, I believe.
Should be interesting. Their times are less than a minute apart in terms of PV.
Yes, but we also have to remember both of these men are very rusty.
True. I mean, what speedrunner isn't rusty at any point during speedrunning?
Zagus.
I guess. Well,
Easy.
okay, so they're off. Do you want to explain 100%, or have we explained it enough by this point?
No, as winners brackets. We actually have to be professional. So 100% no wrong warp or out of bounds is the category that we're doing. No wrong warp means that every entrance that we go in has to lead to its intended destination. This means that you can't go in the back of the doghouse and access the null space back there. You can't do funky things with doors that automatically shut. None of that jazz. Out of bounds means we can't go more than 3 pixels away from a walkable tile. Which applies when we are clipping into walls and stuff. We can super jump onto positions that aren't intended to be walked on.
There's a good example at the end of the run of something that is out of bounds that we didn't think was out of bounds. But that's right at the end of the run.
Yeah. So, now that we're on the beach, we gotta get some money. But money is hard.
It's really not that difficult if you can duplicate money, though. It seems like our runners can duplicate. Although Bamboo, obviously, RNG.
Oh dear. Alright, Spiraster has... Oh dear. There's Bamboo's 10. He needs 10 rupees to actually start the run. I'm hoping here.
To be fair, Spiraster went
There we go.
He went for more enemies, but I do think it was worth it since he did get rupees off them.
Yes. People who go to the bushes as soon as they have 5 are insane, in my opinion.
Yeah, Octoroks tend to have quite a high drop rate for rupees, so...
And it's no hearts. It's just rupees, as far as I know.
Yeah, that's...
What? Oh god, Bamboo bought the bombs!
Oh, so he gets such good RNG and then he does something like that.
He could just reset, though. Because he died to the shopkeeper. What's going on?
Unless he's saving quite after he'd spent the 10 rupees. I don't know what he's done.
He's forgotten that he died to the shopkeeper, and that might set the save and quit point.
That's unfortunate.
Wow, that is a significant time loss.
So Spiraster, 3 minutes into the run, is probably like half a minute ahead of Bamboo at this point, maybe more.
Yeah, that was
Probably more.
costly.
Yeah,
Oh my god, did I actually curse Bamboo?
I think we both cursed him by saying that he was going to get really good RNG.
I never said
Then
that
he
was gonna
didn't
be
get good RNG with getting the rupees back.
Jesus.
I mean, you said that you think Spiraster is going to win. You might not be too far off that prediction now.
We gotta find out. We gotta
But
press
there's
on.
Still so many things they can get wrong.
This is merely the start to an hour and 20-minute run.
See,
Anything can happen.
some people in chat cheering on Say. Unfortunately, I regret to inform you Say is not in this race.
Ooh, look at that clean bomb trigger by Spiraster. So, of course, bomb triggers, you place bombs within, 4 frames of each other or something stupid small like that? Alternate frames?
Yeah. You can do them on a transition, you can do them on pits, or... What's the other one?
Transitions or pits, that's it.
Yeah.
As far as I know.
Oh yeah, I was thinking the Fisherman, which is technically still a pit.
So now Spear enters D1, home of one of the most broken items in the game. But nice little walk. Easy.
This dungeon, especially this part of this dungeon, just looks so pedestrian because there's
It's
absolutely nothing happening.
It's not pedestrian. It's meant to be like an
It's a
intro
walk.
to the rest of the game. It only looks like a walk to us because we've played through it 1.5 million times and we know exactly where we're going to take damage. We know exactly where all the enemies are. It's meant to be an introduction to the game and introduces a new mechanic to it. It introduces, of course, the hint blocks right there. It introduces the enemies that you actually need your shield to kill.
Because those come up so much more in the game. Like 2 times, I think.
It's education. It shows you floating objects, which is interesting. Oh, he's fallen.
Is he?
Yep.
Yeah, he's in the pit.
Alright,
So
and then we get the Rock's Feather, which is the biggest major change to the game. Because it
Wow,
allows us to jump.
this is quite a messy run from both runners already. Although Spiraster's mistakes have been sort of rather small. So
He's made like 1, and that was just falling in the pit.
oh, he didn't get the button first try.
I mean, that
the-
just happens.
Hmm.
The bouncy beetle thing just sucks. I am of the opinion that it's actually the worst stuff in the game. So, we're showing off how quickly Rolling Bones and other mini-bosses will die to the bow. Oh no!
Oh, Spiraster falling. You were saying?
Alright, so you can jump out of the pit.
Good job he didn't take another hit damage there.
That would have been really bad. Still ahead, mind you. And he only lost 15 seconds. Bamboo, not falling in the pit, but I believe he took some safety and healed before that fight. Man, what have I done? I think I've cursed everybody.
yeah.
I didn't mean for it to be like this.
See, this is the real difference between watching them race and watching these runners just do their normal runs. That in a race, you see the bad runs. You see them having to recover if they make a mistake.
Yeah, you don't get the ideal, as opposed to what people would be resetting
Yeah.
for.
Yeah, I think we would see both runners reset by this point, had these been normal runs and not a race. Is Spiraster one of the people that... No, he's not one of the people that bomb triggers. So Spiraster is about to use a super jump here, and we didn't explain it in D1. So what you do is you clip into a wall, and the game thinks that you're inside the wall, so it prepares to launch you off a cliff. So when you jump into that, and you don't have to use the sword, bow, or fire rod, but it does help. It decides to it catapults you as if it's a cliff. So you get
because they are cliffs.
Yeah.
The walls in buildings, caves, dungeons are made out of slopes, which this game treats as, hey, you can fall off of this, as we saw at the very beginning of the run. So we just get into the position where the game thinks that we're on top of that ledge and we fall. So is it super falling and not super jumping?
It's jumping because you used the jump to get into the fall.
Yeah, alright. Semantics. Alright, here we have King Moblin. Oh, both of them getting 3 in 1. Very nice. I like it.
So Bamboo looks like a man on a mission here.
And they both look like men on missions. Spiraster getting a flat clip being when you use a text box to slip through an obstacle.
I think
also, Bamboo's about to have some huge time save.
What, from the RNG that he's not gotten straight away?
Alright, so now it's dungeon 2. One of the few uses of the powder that we have right there. Light those torches up. And this lead is closing fast.
Indeed it is.
I guess Bamboo's just gonna have to get another bout of bad luck or something.
Don't you dare. Don't you curse him even more.
So, once again, a display of how quickly the bow takes care of enemies. That's why they charge you 980 rupees for it. It's not so expensive.
Hey, I thought we got it for free.
Nonsense, we're branded as thief from now on. It's not free, our personal lives are ruined.
I don't understand Japanese, so I don't see the word thief.
Alright, nice bit of menuing there.
Be interesting how much Bamboo's cut off Spiraster's lead by the end of this dungeon.
Nice pattern for Spiraster in the room with the Nightmare Key. Making it nice and easy to get those enemies killed properly.
Bamboo,
nice lineup there, too.
Bamboo not having a great room.
I mean, he took damage, but still, he got it.
He didn't lose too much time, I guess. He did get trolled a bit by the Stealthfish, though.
The enemies are going to line up nice for him, too.
I mean, it's Bamboo.
See?
I like how 1 second I'm saying Bamboo doesn't have good luck, and then Bamboo has Bamboo luck.
So Bamboo, of course, being notorious. Save buffering whenever we open a chest or anything like that allows us to skip the text that would appear. You'll see it when we menu at the beginning of dungeons. You'll see it when we open chests. It's it all over the place.
Yeah, you'll see a delay. When we enter a dungeon, you'll see a slight delay between when we enter and when people use their menu. That's the timing right with the text box that will usually come up when you enter a dungeon.
Bamboo doing a messy menu. And he has shaved off 10 seconds from his earlier ordeal. So he is now 20 seconds behind Spiraster. Now, you want to talk about great deals. How about this one that we're going to get from this mad batter down here in this cave? You see, we throw some magic powder onto this torch, and he offers up to load our menu with some horrible junk. Like, increased capacity for magic powder, or the one that we actually want to get at the moment. Increased capacity for bombs. Because, you know, explosives are nice.
I've yet to see someone overmash through this menu.
I hope no one does.
I think if someone did, that would actually be their run just completely killed. Otherwise, it would probably have to go to the shop.
No, not necessarily. I may or may not have done science.
Or backup strats.
Back up my ass. Alright, get the seashell now, because we're not going to have the shovel when we come back here later. We do have to get the level 2 sword in this run, so the things we need are increased carrying capacity for all 3 of the magic powder, bombs, and arrows. The level 2 sword, level 2 shield. Basically, every item that goes into our inventory.
All the songs for the ocarina as well.
All the songs for the ocarina.
And tunic. We need a tunic upgrade.
Yeah. All the heart containers, of course.
Imagine if you had to get both tunic.
That'd be impossible. We'd get a purple tunic.
It's not. You get one tunic, you go back and you have to change it.
Nah, it's fine. It's fine.
We have to get pictures as well.
We have to get all 12 pictures, one of which we can only do really before we get Bow Wow. Because otherwise we start missing stuff. Like this picture you can only do before you finish T3.
Yeah, these pictures, a lot of them require certain conditions to be met, and they're kind of awkward when it comes to routing things around them, because due to the pictures we're required to use Marin, we're required to do things in such an order that we give back Bow Wow at the right time. Oh yes, we have to do the ghost side quest because of picture. Imagine 100% without pictures.
3 buffers for Spiraster. So what buffers do when we're falling onto a pit is if we pause the frame that we fall, it'll actually push us down a tile. And it turns out that there's actually a solid tile below the menu that we don't ever get to see because it's below the menu. And we stand on that tile for this trick. And it allows us to transition down. 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 for Bamboo.
Now, this works because during the fall animation there is one frame where you get movement input, so we can sort of fall down. A similar thing is going to be happening here on Spiraster, where while it's not a pit, if you don't have the flippers whilst you're on the water, there will be one frame where you can use an input with an item. So this allows us to do Jesus jumping by buffering it to the right frame.
That was really smooth by him. That's a gold. Hot damn. Alright, now we're going to be killing a lot of enemies here in D3 because we want to get one of the temporary upgrades that we can get in this game. The Piece of Power. Not the Guardian Acorn. Not that thing that you just saw on Spiraster's screen. It is an abysmal crime against nature. Doesn't go good with pizza at all. And there's our piece of power. So now we're going to be doing a trick where we do a super jump off a wall into an enemy and just clink on over to the other side. That is a Dodongo skip. As you can see, super jumps are very versatile.
Oh, we'll see some more versatile ones later on as well. Particularly in Dungeon 7.
Oh yes.
So both runners getting piece of power in the same place.
I
That's
think
ideal.
Bamboo's just a little bit. It was like one enemy early, and that's why. Oh no, Spiraster failing this the Dodongo skip. Luckily, he can still make an attempt at it.
He failed it in the right way though.
Yes.
Of course, it is possible to get stuck in the rock if you don't go far enough with the super jump. And then is it like a 50-50 on whether you can boots out or not?
I don't know honestly, because every time I've gotten stuck in the rock, I haven't had boots.
Yeah, it's always on the first trip. Usually by the second time you've muscle memoried it from the start, the first part of the dungeon.
Oh yes. And Spiraster has cleared Dungeon 3. Very nice. With Bamboo coming up into the boss room, not too far behind.
You know, I feel like this is going to end up being quite a close race by the end.
It's about a 23
24.
second difference. 24 second difference. I can't math.
Although that does mean Spiraster has extended the lead.
Very shortly, but yes. I
But
would
as-
honestly say it's due to the awful 7 buffer Villa skip
Yeah.
that Bamboo had.
Although as we both know, you can't really tell who's in the lead until after Dungeon 5. Realistically.
Yes, yes. This run is awful because there are 3 major choke points for your time throughout the run. That can eat so much time.
And one of them can be subject to RNG as well.
Several
So
of
that's-
them can be subject to RNG. I don't know what you're talking about. All of them can be subject to RNG.
Well, if you're referring to Rooster Skip,
Early Rooster Skip can be RNG.
yeah. If you do early Rooster Skip.
Then of course, early hook shot is definitely RNG. And then Goomba Surf is 1 1/4 chance. So yes, RNG. RNG everywhere.
Ah, you were referring to Goomba Surf. I thought you were referring to Zoro Bump.
Oh, Zora Bump can be buffered. There's safety.
Yeah, because that's not RNG.
It just depends on where you get pulled, what position it's in. It looks like Bow Wow's getting the rock. Well, we're sorry you don't have any content, Corin. These guys are just trying to have a clean race.
Well, Corin earlier on said go say, who isn't in this race, so I do question Corin sometimes.
What kind of questions are you talking about, though?
Does he run the game yet?
Depends to you.
Well, for me, the question isn't, do I run it yet?
Are you unretired? Have you gotten bored with playing Subnautica?
Not unretired yet.
A likely story. Alright, so now we're gonna go pick up another item that's quite necessary for the run. The ocarina. We're gonna be doing it in an unorthodox method. We're gonna clip into the wall here, and that's a naked super jump. So, of course, Cravone mentioned earlier that there are several different ways to do a super jump. That one's basically with well-timed inputs for directions, you can just fall off of ledges. Well then, the lead is extended to 30 seconds somehow.
It's not so much Bamboo having a bad run, although he is having a bad run, especially from the start of the run. It's more that Spiraster is just having a very good run at the moment.
Being clean.
I think, yeah.
Also, stop talking about it, otherwise something bad's gonna happen.
That's you. That's you that does the jinxes, not me. Watch Bamboo, like, go fish again. He'll fish again off this overmatch.
I hope he does. That'd be funny.
That'd be content.
That'd be entertainment. So that'd be.
I've done that before.
Also, curse me and curse Rish for teaching the community about content. So you guys took it and ran away with it. Now every run's apparently got to have content. We can't have clean races anymore.
I mean, we've had races in previous tournaments that have had content.
Yeah, but not every race by demand of the audience.
Just meme every race.
That's what's been happening.
If you're losing, just do meme strats. Just do a disc glued on Hothead, for instance.
Give up everything and just cast your run into the pit. So, of course, we're going on a date with Marin to get several pictures that can only be done while we have Marin. Meanwhile, she's gonna wax philosophy at us. And how, in a not-so-subtle implication, she wishes to become a seagull to escape this life on an island.
You see, every time I'm commentating this part of the run, there's just this itch that I'm trying to avoid saying this one thing, but it's so hard not to.
And now we save and quit away from the conversation that we're about to have and go start taking photos with Marin. See, did you like that segue?
I do, yeah. Although it's still Bamboo screen.
Ease your itch?
The Bamboo still has the seagull RNG. Damn it, I said it.
You disappoint me.
So Spiraster getting the second photo of the three from Aaron.
That's an apathetic frog-faced link. Look at her, she's happy. Why can't he be happy? Why can't you show your emotions, Link?
Because he has none.
He's seeing too much things.
I tell you what's going through his mind at that very moment. This
What
is
would
taking
Zelda
too long.
What would Zelda think?
He's probably thinking, these are dead frames. Come on, let's go quicker.
I could be super sliding here, but no, I have to go on a date.
Imagine you've got Link he's like breaking the fourth wall in a speedrun.
Hurry up! I need to go run Wind Waker in like an hour. God. We just hop in the ocean, manual super swim, please.
When you're speedrunning, not to get the best time, but to make to
move
make
on.
schedules that you've already committed to later on.
What do you think marathons are? Oh, I don't like where Spear's at. Nope, he's gonna fix that. Good. So, it's nice and important to note that we did a bomb trigger on this to activate the cutscene instead of walking up to the walrus with Marin and starting it. Because this cutscene actually ends when Marin gets off the screen. So if she's right next to the screen, hey. It's amazing how quickly half an hour goes by in this run.
It is. It's also amazing how much happens in this run that is just you don't even think about. Like there's so many things that we haven't explained out. To us it's just second nature. Like when you tap down on the stairs in the dungeon, for instance, yeah.
Or how we can just cast arrows into a pit
and get a key, and then find a wall that some people say no one found, and then other people say everyone found.
Well, I mean,
Jury's still out on that. I found it as a kid.
Walls.
I did find that one as a kid.
I mean, here's the thing. I'll give them this one. It's a dead end, so you should check around a dead end.
You see, that only works if you don't let the key drop down the hole, and if you don't go in there before you fire your 2 arrows into the pit.
But you wouldn't have arrows at this point.
That is a very valid point. How do people do this casually then? They can't pay. Well, you just tribute sword slashes to the pit.
No. You summon a beast capable of combat. I mean, providing combat, and you fight it in a trial of blood and honor in order to get the key.
Would this particular enemy look somewhat similar to, I don't know, a boss in Link to the Past?
Hold on, let me consult the timeline.
You actually have the timeline.
Somebody gave it to me. Yes.
I was expecting a yes or no answer, if I'm gonna be honest.
Good, because if it was the other way around, I would have said no, the one in Link to the Past resembles this one. So, now, we are going up to the mountains. Spiraster avoiding the French punks.
Probably a wise decision. Bamboo won't. Bamboo loves the French stuff.
Well, I mean, who doesn't? French stuff tastes delicious.
True.
Ah, but he is avoiding it though.
Oh, why?
And we're setting our save and quit point in that pathway up there. So that way, once we open up Dungeon 4 here, we can just save and quit back at the entrance instead of having to run across all these screens with all these enemies that'll get in your way. It always terrifies me when people leave the boots equipped in that room. So there's a piece of heart. We'll see that later. And Spirit goes to line up for obstacle skip, but does not get position.
Ooh.
You hate
You don't even go for obstacle skip.
Me? No, I'm incapable of doing it. Alright, looks like a 2 buffer. In order to Jesus jump up those stairs. It's very rare that you see a 2 buffer, honestly.
I'm supposed to go for early. Correct me if I'm wrong, but Bamboo doesn't go for early. No, he doesn't. Okay.
So, depending on what we see from Spiraster, he could gain a significant lead.
Temporary lead.
No. Spiraster would have a lead if he gets it first try. It'll just look like Bamboo's ahead.
Oh, yeah.
So, this is the first hurdle of the run. We have to jump across this pit. He's not in a good position. He's just got to reset. He did not make it quite high enough. This trick honestly sucks, in my opinion. So now we get a buffer until we fall into the pit twice. So that way we clip into the wall. And then we do a dash jump all the way across. And he doesn't make it. Oh no. I really hate this trick, to be honest.
This is bad, because this probably will leave him not in the lead. From the third try.
Ooh. It's taken a while to buffer him down into the fall, too. And he's got to do another one. Ugh.
You see, the second jump always makes me nervous with this setup.
This is atrocious luck. Good lord. But he makes it
He
that
finally
time.
gets.
Good job. So, now we have Bamboo in Dungeon 4. He had a bit of a bad tile room there. But now he's moving on. And he's going to be doing a clink off this floating flower. Pihat. In order to get up and get the boss key early.
Now it's worth remembering that Bamboo will still have to get the bird key. He'll probably be doing he'll be doing that with the hook shot. Using a method that's going to be a lot more consistent.
So the lead is honestly something like, 15 seconds to Bamboo at this point?
Yeah. But this can all change in Dungeon 5.
It can change before Dungeon 5 as well. It's just, it's always a rough trick, early rooster skip. But Bamboo has done Dungeon 4 now. And now we're gonna go get the second song. We're gonna get Mondo's Mambo, which is a song not a dance. Although people can't wrap your head around something that can be a dance and a song at the same time.
Because it has one lyric.
Select tricked around him. That's interesting, because I don't know what that is. You know what that is, Pravon?
No. Considering it's about this boss, I should. But unfortunately not.
Oh, apparently it's screen warping. Okay. And that
Oh,
D4
skipping
was
him.
gold. Interesting. Yeah, the big fishy is deadly. Especially when you don't know that you can just bomb arrow him. Look, I'm not saying anything, alright?
You don't have to.
I didn't say anything. It's
Did you know he's also immune to the boomerang?
Is he immune to the boomerang as well?
Yes.
Very interesting. One would question how you got the boomerang.
How I had this How do I have the information that he's...
One would accuse you of some form of trickery.
What, of splitting Dungeon 4 in two? No, never.
No, get the finished dungeon in one sitting. How dare you?
Yeah, I'm a no screw runner. We do things differently in that category.
The fact that we still get a V6 early still now? They don't need to split it?
I don't even know what the no screw route is at the moment.
No, I'm pretty sure it's 1, 2, 3, 6.
Oh yeah, of course. Matt, it's been a while since I've run.
It's been a while since I looked at a run of that, and I still think it's 1, 2, 3, 6. I think everything is 1, 2, 3, 6 now. Except for this. Alright, so here's the second gatekeeping trick of the run. This is Zora Bump. Very nice. And he falls into the water. So we've got to get right on the edge of this wall, and we do that by just, you know, bouncing off of this this Sora.
He's got to be careful he doesn't activate Super Swim by accident here.
Spiraster just burning bombs. There we go. And he super jumps across. Very nice.
So it's very easy to activate Super Swim there by accident, which is a banned trick.
If you do it, I'm sorry, we would have to consider the run invalid. Shame. Similar to going out of bounds. We just have to call it right there. We also didn't mention, you can save and quit while the... Oh, wow! Spear gets it with one buffer. Like, same frame. What timing? Now he's moving on to go do his Zorabum. Doesn't quite get it. Top is always the hardest one to do. Now he's just buffering it. But now we have another photo on Bamboo's side. As Spear gets magnifying lens significantly quicker than Bamboo, I believe. Even with the buffers.
He did a second try there. I wouldn't say it was that much quicker.
Yeah, but Bamboo did
It was
fail
quicker.
3 times. That does take up some time. Alright, so now, while we're over here next to the beach, we're going to go up on the wall. Because we have the magnifying, this allows us to see things that normally aren't there. So we use that to meet a Goron in this cave. And we get the boomerang after trading it for the shovel, which we have no use for at this point. This thing is having some problems, it seems.
Here we see Bamboo going towards the second upgrade shrine of the run. Here he's
Still
going to
don't
get arrows.
Yeah, still don't want to get that powder.
So he's going to go for the second option again, because we've already got the bombs, so that means the arrows, which are usually the third option, becomes the second option.
You can't get double, Did what? Okay, I see what happened. That was very interesting on my restream.
What?
Yeah, Bamboo started playing Mondo's Mambo, and then he went back to talking to about it.
Interesting.
Very interesting indeed.
I can assure you on my screen, it was all fine.
Nonsense. None of that nonsense happened.
Nope.
Alright, so now we're gonna go talk to this grave, which is where the ghost wants to go. Get rid of him.
How do you talk to a grave?
That's a very heavy question that I don't really feel like we should answer on this stream.
I guess not.
It's a very heavy topic for dealing with grief.
Though I kind of feel this is quite insensitive by the mouse.
I'll agree with that.
But at this point, I don't think the mouse really has morals.
How can he? He's dead.
No, he doesn't exist. He's a
The
dream.
mouse is dead. Well, everybody's a dream except for Marin, who's a seagull. Sorry to say, chat, that your waifu is a bird.
The mouse is a dead dream. Is what we're saying.
However, we're in the Color Dungeon, which is the addition to this game from Link's Awakening original Game Boy Classic. And it includes this room right here. Bamboo having some funky menus, honestly. But this room is full of rupees. Each one of these pickups has 5 rupees. And we'll need to get 300 rupees before the end of this dungeon in order to get the frogs on the soul later. Now, important here, we menu, before we get into the next room to equip powder and feather, we do a jump into the room, and then this lines us up right in the position to spam this blob to death. Excellent. Oh, Spirit doing the bomb arrow strats for that room. I like it. I like it a lot.
So on Bamboo Screen we saw a hard reset, and it's the only time we hard reset during the run. It's because this dungeon being coded after the original Link's Awakening, for some reason it stores the information in the game's RAM for that particular room, the rupee room. So we need to hard reset to reset that room.
And it just gives us all the money. Oh, spirits are taking a knock from that bomb. And I must admit, we're not talking about who's in the lead, air quotes, because right now they are following an asynchronous route that will resync after the end. After enter D6. No, after enter D7 is when they'll officially have synced back up. Alright, looks like Bamboo has killed Evil Orb. And will now get his choice of tunic, red or blue. He will most likely choose blue, even though the splits say red. It's really funny because, honestly, we don't really need the upgraded attack power from red tunic anymore because of the way we route the game. Ooh, Spiraster, that bingo room. Very nice looking. Like,
yeah, that's probably one of the best I've seen for a while.
Especially because, well, we can't say who's ahead, Julius.
The
route's not synchronized.
If I were to guess, I'd say Bamboo right now.
I hear. The Spear's trying to put in work.
Yeah, Spiraster definitely catching up, I feel. Of course, we won't know at what point he fully catches up until they reconverge.
Yep. And that's another gold for Spear. Good grief. He's swimming in a sea of them. I mean, chat's always winning. Chat's fantastic. So, Bamboo's running around getting all these signs. If you talk to a sign twice, or if you talk to a sign in the wrong order, it restarts the puzzle. And it's a travesty.
Also, if you leave the screen once stairs are up, and like you've not gone in them. Didn't you do that, Matt?
Yeah, I left Signpost Mace. Not intentionally, the hands took over very briefly. It's been pretty close. Bamboo had some accidents. Spiraster has had some accidents. The hands are appearing to take over Spiraster's soul.
Yeah, it's not been a particularly clean run from either of them.
Definitely hands on Spiraster's screen. But I'll say this, Spears had some nice golds. But we must keep in mind that Spearster has done early Rooster Skip, Bamboo has not.
We have to be quiet for the best song.
Tighter. No, we don't.
Yes, we do. Best
No,
song.
we don't. This isn't the best song. How dare you? This is just a frog yelling into the wind in some form of opera. There's nothing best about this. I mean, look at him. He can't even face the same way as his people. They're not even all facing the same way at any given time.
I was hoping you would run out of negative things.
I mean, no, I'm not going to stop running out of negative
things.
things to say. Look at the screen flickering. It's awful. And how is he doing this with only 4 torches in it? Explain to me. Explain to me. All right.
Well, maybe he's just good. It's a good song. Best
Maybe
song.
it's not. It's not the best song.
I mean, he's used lighting. I don't see Mambo using lighting. He just says, "Oh."
He doesn't need to. And I'm not advocating that Mondo is a good song either. There's only 2 best songs in this game, and they're both in the mountains.
Both the same song.
Oh, and they're both in the mountains. One's Tall Tall Heights, and the other one's the version of the Ballad of the Windfish that you play in front of the egg. That's it. End of discussion.
So not Marion's version of Ballad of the Windfish.
No, only with the 8 instruments. Nightmare Song is also good, but we don't hear it enough to judge.
Yeah, we don't know what Nightmare Song is.
What is a nightmare? But a miserable pile of silence.
See, the problem with Nightmare, the word Nightmare used in this game, is it's kind of a spoiler.
Well,
if you
we don't think about that. We don't think about that till later. Spoilers for chat. If you haven't played Link's Awakening, you probably shouldn't be watching this anyways, but that's your own decision. But it turns out that all of this is just in the imagination of some giant space whale.
Owen says rappers, but I'm not sure what that is.
It's a silly thing that you do if you want to throw for content.
Yeah, you have to show me next time you do a race.
No I don't. I can actually PB if I want to. And they're doing neat boot strats. Love it. Bandit having a little bit of rough time here in the armor space, trying to get out. But luckily he has the blue tunic, so he doesn't have any fear of dying.
So incidentally, that's actually the last seashell either of our runners will pick up in the run.
Yep. Which means after we're done D6, we're gonna go get ourselves the sword forged of lightning and seashells. It's still a shame we can't Jesus jump after we got the flippers. Otherwise we could just do the following transition. Oh, Spiraster and his good boot strats. Ones I actually did. I learned it from watching him. The song in the Small Shrine is pretty dope as well. It's nice, it's contemplative, mysterious.
I don't know if you ever noticed in my ROM hack, but I switched the 2 dungeon, the 2 Face Shrine songs.
I'm gonna be honest with you, I didn't notice because I didn't make it that far.
Okay. Yeah, and in Dungeon 6 in the ROM hack, you've got the Southern Shrine music instead.
It's a good song. I'll appreciate it.
I prefer to the Dungeon 6 song.
I mean, all the Dungeon 6 song is just a bunch of scales and half scales. In my defense, I got the sword in his ROM hack. I remember being very sad at Dungeon 1 in your ROM hack.
And then you probably quit in Dungeon 2.
Yes I did.
Just before
But
you
after
got the feather.
No, I got the feather and then I promptly quit.
Okay, that's where everyone quits.
I still have the same save file somewhere. Yeah, this is just a dungeon full of nice, nice quick movement, and with this nice quick movement, we're gonna skip half the dungeon. case in point, that super jump saves you an entire trip around part of the dungeon.
It's really nice of the developers to make this dungeon with super jumps in mind.
Oh yeah. And with this super jump, they save us the other half of the dungeon. Literally, the only reason we touch the left side is because we need the
Bracelet.
we need the bracelet to get to the right side. That's it. And now here we go. Bamboo's going up against the horse heads.
First try.
Nope.
Oh, I jinxed him.
Second try.
Second try. Well, that's Bamboo all over, isn't it?
Yeah. First try is second try is basically first try. It's just in style now.
So maybe we should explain this whole joke of Bamboo always having the best RNG.
No, Bamboo just has really good luck. That's it. There's nothing
He just
else
has
to
a
explain.
really good cart.
No, his luck is just phenomenal. Alright, because Facade's hitbox appears before he does, we can get 3 bombs in before he starts talking to us. And it makes for a rather quick boss fight. And that's Dungeon 6 done for Bamboo. Very nice. Oh. Spiraster, first try. Second try, no. Third try, no. Fourth try, no. Fifth try, sixth, seventh, eighth try.
Pretty.
It's not that bad.
It's. I've seen worse in a race.
It's not the best, but I mean, you'll take it over 15.
Yeah.
Alright, so now because we have 20 seashells, we're going to go to the Seashell Mansion, and we're going to go talk to the Spirit of the Mansion to get us a sword. This is why the level 2, not the level 2, the red tunic doesn't really matter, because the power-up effect from it and the sword don't stack. So it's just meaningless, really. That, and we don't want to cause knockback on the boss coming up soon.
So both
Now
runners
coming-
now finished with Dungeon 6.
Yep, and we're going to see the great equalizer of this run. This is it. This is what decides. So this is Dungeon 5, and at the very beginning of this, we're going to go all the way to the left where we would normally get the key to open up this door right here. And we're going to do funky stuff, because we did early magnifying lens, and we got the boomerang early. The boomerang allows us to pick up objects from a distance. This is very important in this room, where we drop a key, but in the next room over, we fight Master Sulfurs, and he drops the hookshot. So if we can pull the key from this room into the next room, that allows us to get the hookshot without having to fight this. Just like that.
Wow, first try.
What a demon.
So now we get the key again, because we actually need the key itself.
Yes. Now if we pick up the key before we get the hookshot, that means that we basically have to do D5 going around and fighting Master Stalfos, which is not fun, because it's just a long run and a waste of bombs and arrows. So we still gotta kill him here, because we need another key. And because we've killed Master Stalfos, instead of just bombing him 3 times and then letting him get up and leave, the boss music played until we transition. And now, because we have the hookshot, dumb jump isn't so dumb anymore. Oh, not first try, early hookshot for Spear, unfortunately. Sadly, this does pretty much cinch the fact that Bamboo is in the lead. Second try is very nice, though. Oh, I like that. Just equipping boots and just running through there. And now here's one of the worst bosses in the game. Slime Eel or Wall Snake.
This is the reason why we prefer to take Blue Tunic.
So this boss, you have to get 8 hits on it. Not damage, 8 hits. And knockback increases invulnerability frames. Gravone Anglerfish is not the worst boss in the game because, you know, you can beat it. Even he can beat it. I will not hear slander of my co-commentator while I am in this house. And that's Bamboo done with Dungeon 5. He's gonna go run up, get the Rooster Key, and then start his way on heading up the mountains.
The less said about the anglerfish, the better.
That's boss. The boss is dead. Both runners have completed it. All commentators have completed it. That's it. So yeah, I got your back, Ben.
And no one's tried to hook shot down on it.
Hey, you bring it up yourself. You do it to yourself, man.
Hey, if these runners had the hook shot by then, I'm sure they would try the same thing.
About that. Oh dear.
You see, my logic falls apart if you think about it more than 2 seconds.
Spear got a bad pattern on Wall Snake and has forfeited the race, unfortunately.
That's unfortunate.
Indeed. This, of course, means that upon finishing the run, Bamboo will advance on to fight Sander? No. Sagus. Somebody.
Of course,
Let me
Bamboo
actually
still
look
had to
at
finish the run, though.
brackets.
Bamboo now at Rooster Skip.
Oh yeah, he's fighting Sagus. The game is awful. It doesn't like people. And of course, Bamboo falls on Rooster Skip. Yeah. It really... Some of the changes that have happened recently really do make it an RNG fest to just determine whether or not you have a good run or not. Like, you can be as good as you want to be, but then the game will just decide that you don't get a run. That's essentially what happened.
It's unfortunate because Spiraster started this run way ahead.
It was really strong. Yeah.
And it wasn't even like Bamboo was really catching because Spiraster was starting to to stretch it out. And then there was a point, I can't remember where he just... It was
really
Rooster Skip,
where
yeah.
It just
just
demoralizes you and you miss it, 'cause
falling
then it's just a
apart, yeah.
downward spiral.
And when you have RNG, like, I mean, we say second try early hook shot isn't bad, but when your opponent's gotten first try, it kind of is demoralizing. I don't know if Spiraster is one of these runners that has the stream open. We'll see, right?
He's in chat. That's for sure. Although it's quite possible that he joined afterwards.
Yeah. Because I'm pretty sure Bamboo doesn't have the stream up.
Probably not. He raises blind. There you go. There's your answer.
Okay.
But yeah, the recent changes to the game really just make it really hard to run. And really get a good time with. Because it's not up to you anymore. Yeah, that's understandable.
The amount of times I've rage quit from runs in this game, it's like I've had days where it's just reset after reset, and after a while it just tilts you. It gets inside your head, and at some point it stops being the game screwing you over, and more because the game has put you in that mood that you start making the mistakes and can't really continue running like that.
Absolutely. A lot of games are like that, but this one's really bad for it. we must admit.
Yeah.
Like, once you get up into the 120s, like the 120, I'd say 122 and below, it just starts getting really rough.
And then you have stuff like this at the end of the run as well, which is RNG as well.
Yeah, there's like a train of stuff
And,
that just decides whether or not you get to have a good day.
And honestly, we saw Bamboo there get third try Goomba Surf. Honestly, that's not even that bad, third try. It can be a lot worse sometimes.
So he's not do. Oh, he forgot to save and quit. Okay. So there is a method of doing this boss where you can hookshot through the floor and kill him from the platform. But it requires that you do certain things in other areas of the game in order to allow the tile to not be solid.
Do you remember back in the day when we used to still do Moblin Skip?
That's
4
good.
dungeon,
Category.
1 key.
Yes.
I don't know if we still do that in that category.
No, you do.
That's when I started running this game, I always thought that literally that until entering D1, because the shopkeeper can be a bit of a pain as well, was like 5 minutes of RNG hell at the start of the run. And then that was also back before we had Academ Manip. So it was 5 minutes of RNG hell at the start of the run, and then a massive bit of RNG at the end of the run, and it's like the worst two places.
The trade-off that we got for we no longer have any RNG at the end of the run, as long as you learn the manip and get it right. But the trade-off for that has just been cruel, I feel.
I kind of feel it means people have their runs robbed less at the end of the run. But I also feel...
No, it gets robbed more in the middle, if anything.
Yeah, I also feel
like it's no longer at the end where they lose their run. It's at early hookshot, early rooster skip. Goomba set. Oh, well, the things we do for speed, huh?
Indeed. So this is the last upgrade shrine of the run. You don't have a choice, it has to be powder now. Because that's the only one left.
Yeah. We're also not going to use it. Well, except for Bamboo, he's just going to burn him.
Yeah, he's just gonna get rid of it all.
And now, we've seen that we can do stuff with bomb triggers. We're actually going to... interesting. We're going to bomb trigger the next screen. We're just going to treat it like we... perform the Frog Song of Soul. Slowly. There we... Maybe? Nope.
Oh.
Try again.
I think this is the game punishing Bamboo for trying a bit of swag with that first one.
It's like getting the newspaper and whacking him on the nose.
Because I'm pretty sure that was intentional, the first one where he threw the bomb. I think he's gone to a point where he's memeing.
Nah.
So if he did get that, that would have been swag.
To succinctly answers intro, a series of events culminating in a wall snake that didn't want to cooperate, really threw a wrench in things. But there's Blano. Yeah, Blano's dead. And now we have the magic rod.
So we can set things on magic.
Here, look, it shoots magical fire. God, all of you with your semantics. It doesn't shoot magics, it shoots magic fire. Blano didn't have to die, but if he didn't, then boy, I would be disqualifying somebody else too. I'll have to pull out the mod shotgun.
You know, the funny thing about Blano not skip is back when we did Blano skip, we didn't realize it was out of bounds and everyone did it. And then suddenly one day someone was like, hang on, this is out of bounds. And then everyone else is like,
he's right.
You're right.
Never thought about it. Looks like we gotta fight the penguin. Oh no.
That was an interesting situation where suddenly everyone's basically broken the rules. Literally everyone on the leaderboard.
Just gotta clean out the leaderboards, I guess.
Clean
And
room.
there's Roomba Room done.
I think the consistency of whether you always have a good Roomba room is less so dependent on your ability, but more what you're playing on. I feel like it's hard on some controllers than others.
Yeah, I'll buy that. A little bit of a dance with Hothead here.
Is Bamboo gonna... No, he's gonna do this properly.
I mean properly. He's supposed to kill him in one hit.
I thought for one fleeting second that he was gonna try and do a disc lead.
God, no. Why would you say anybody's gonna do that?
Because he's tried to do that before.
And he did,
On
but
purpose.
Yeah, but not during a race. You tried to do it during a run, I remember. But that is all 8 instruments done. That's everything else we need. We have all the heart containers. We have all the items. We have all the photographs. Let's go destroy an island and kill everybody on it, shall we? As it turns out, like we mentioned earlier, spoilers for Link's Awakening, this island doesn't exist. It's all a dream. Every single living being on this island isn't real. And we have to kill all these savage animals in order to save the run. Especially that owl.
Honestly, when I was a kid, I kind of wished that owl was the final boss.
I hated the owl that much.
And I had a
Now
magic rod as well.
Ah yes, what a riveting song.
And that is second best song.
Tall Heights is of course best song. You want to fight me? I can
I
beat you
mean,
up behind the pub.
I will never fight someone that says Telltale Heights is best song, but Frog Song is technically best song.
That is not true, and you know it within your heart that you're a liar and a scoundrel. So this is the egg. The pattern remains the same until you check the book in the library. So it's left, left, up, right, right, up, left, up. And now a lot of stuff to explain. We do a bomb trigger falling into this pit, which allows us to skip the intro texts to the boss.
Music.
Pick up a bomb and use it to position ourselves without slashing our sword in order to kill the blob really quickly. Then we need to kill Aghanim while doing some very nice positional stuff and not swinging our sword really early. In order to manipulate him to give us no blue balls. That looked dicey. And he got blue balls. Alright, just one blue ball. Now, good positioning. And we're going to do a spin slash. And block in Shadow Moldorm in place. Nightmare Moldorm. Then do a little bit of boots. And stab Ganon in the head. Pause on a specific frame. Equip the ocarina. Play some music. Which causes one of these bats to get locked in place. And because there's still an enemy on the screen when we kill Shadow Landmola, it spawns into Deathel, which gets killed immediately because that enemy's not supposed to be there, and we walk up the stairs while the final boss is still alive, thus beating the game.
GG.
GG. So, Bamboo has finished with a time of 1:22:01 on SRL. Has declined an interview. And hey, that was it. Good race from both of our runners. Unfortunate for Spirit to have just not had the run go his way, but we understand it. This also means that a bunch of people's brackets are now broken. Sucks to be you, including me. That's not right at all, now is it? Oh, yes. No! There's no reason to apologize. The game is awful sometimes.
I think we can all understand that.
Yeah. So now this means that the semi-final matches are up. We have Sagas versus BambooShadow and Seisei versus Xander TJ-E10. That'll be happening sometime this week. Or not this week. Between this week and next week. And then we'll find out who's going to be going to finals.
Nice. I'm almost done. There's just 3 matches left.
Yeah.
Alright then. So, since there's no interviews, I'll go ahead and wrap up. Is that fine?
Yeah.
Alright, sounds good. Alright, so thank you everyone for watching. Thank you to BambooShadow and Spiraster for the race. Thank you to Crevone and Phantom Matt for the commentary. And as we said, we are going to the semifinals now for this tournament. Those need to be scheduled, so just watch out for the schedule on ZSR, which I'll put in here, for when those happen. In the meantime, later on today, in about 30 minutes, if I'm doing my math correctly, we have the Link to the Past Randomizer Cross Keys Tournament match between Zelga Dasan and T-Stew14. That's going to be happening on this channel in just half an hour, so stick around if you want to watch that. And at the same time, over on ZSR2, we have the Zelda 2 Randomizer Standard Tournament between Thurwolf and Zarnax42. And then later on today at 5 p.m., we have the Ocarina of Time Bingo Tournament between Exodus and Link 11. So got quite a full afternoon here. I hope you all find something you want to watch. And again, I want to thank everyone for participating. Thank you all for watching. I hope you had a great time. And we will see you all next time. Bye!
All right.